in this second question, you have a diagram and the description is given up there. But this is what we are going to be doing. Everything given to you is in this diagram. Now, first thing first, to calculate the perimeter of this field, if I want to calculate the perimeter of this field, this is what I will do. Of course, perimeter simply means the sum of all sides. So let's see, 200 plus 50. So what do we want to use to represent the value of this semicircle? Because this is a semicircle. So that means if I'm adding, I will be having issues with this side AXM. Of course, I have the values of the other side. So what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to calculate the circumference of a semicircle. And once I get that, then I will now add it up to the sum of this, and this. And that is how we will go about that. Case 1, first calculate the circumference of a semicircle. Thank you. And that will be what? What is the circumference of a circle? 2 will cancel 2. Then your answer here will be 22/7 times the radius. Of course, the radius will be unknown, isn't it? So now let's see, how do we now get the radius? Let's call this equation 1. So if I want to get the radius, then it will be very, very good of me to quickly go through the diagram again. The radius, I need to first of all get these parts. That's the first thing. And if I want to get these parts, I think the best thing to do is let us partition this shape. This is also 50, but I do not know the value from year to year. So I want to call this A, B. I hope I have some points to be D. I hope there's no D, yes. And I have these points to be E. So now let's see, this point will be unknown, which is, let's say this is X. This is also X. I have this, I have this. Of course, if I'm able to get one value of X, I will automatically multiply by 2, add it up to this 50, and deduct from 314 so that I can get this side. Now, the moment I'm able to get this side, then of course I have gotten the diameter of the circle. And the moment I have the diameter of this circle, automatically I will get my radius. So that's what we're going to do. So first is, if I want to get this side, of this shape, trigonometric ratio, and that will be, the easiest one here will be cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 will be X over what? 200. Using trigonometric ratio, So in that case, I'm going to have my X. So my X is 100. So now let's quickly go to that diagram. Now we have gotten X to be 100. So 50 is what? Is 150. Add it to this 150 here. That's 300. So for me to get what is here, I will deduct 300 from 314. And of course, the value here is going to be what? 14 centimeters. Now, the moment you have 14 cm here, that means from A to M is 14 cm. And radius is always half of the diameter. So that means half of 14 is what? 7 cm. So the radius of this semicircle is 7 cm. So radius, which implies that radius R is diameter over 2, which is 14 over 2, and that is what? 7 cm. And if that is the case, so therefore R is equal to 7 cm. So substitute over 7 times R. So that will automatically give you 22 over 7 times 7, and that's 22 cm. So the perimeter of that semicircle is 22 cm. So that means I'm going to what? Add 22 cm with every other value there. Perimeter will automatically be equals to 200 plus 50 plus 22 plus 50 plus 200 plus 315. Yes, 836 centimeters being the perimeter of that shape. So thank you. So now let's move on. The second question is the area of the field. The area of the field, and if you go through that question again, you will see. Let's quickly. How to calculate the area of this field is very simple. I have calculate the area of one triangle multiplied by 2, calculate the area of a rectangle multiplied by 2, then calculate the area of this rectangle and subtract a semicircle from it. But if I want to do that, I will need this part. Let me call this h. Yes, because the area of a triangle is half base times height. I know this base to be x to be 100, but I do not know the height. So I'm going to quickly see how to calculate the height, because that's very important. So why every other thing, once I'm able to do that, then every other thing stays. So quickly, let's see. The value, to get the value of h, we use our trigonometric ratio. In this case, it's going to be sine 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees is going to be h over what? The other side there is 200, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and that will be h equal to 200 times sine 60 degrees. What's sine 60 degrees? That's 0.16. Yes, it's correct. So that's my h. So then the plan is 1, area. The first plan is to calculate the area of what? A triangle. And what's the area of a triangle is half times base. What's the base? Is x. And what's x? 100 times the height. What's the height? 173.2. Let's call it a special figure. Area of the special figure, that will be equals to what? Area of a rectangle minus the area of a semicircle. Semi 73.2 being the value of our height. Then area of a semicircle will be what? Pi r squared, and in that case it's going to be half pi r squared. And of course, let me put this in a bracket. Then this is going to be 14 times 173.2 minus 0.5 times 22 over 7 times the radius. Remember, the radius was 7 times 7. So if you do good work here, you should have your final answer 2347.8. Confirm that. If you do that very well, that is what you will get. So I will need to take this to the next level. Take it to the next level. That will be in squared. Is that correct? Yes, that will be squared. Squared. So now bring this down. So quick one. So what will now be the area? So the area of the field will be equal to what? The area of a rectangle. The area of two rectangles. And what's that? If you check, we got this. Then the area of two triangles. Again, if you check, we also have this. And the area of the special shape, and that is 2347.8. And if you add all these together, 987.8 centimeters squared. And that is our answer. Now the last one on that same question is to find the cost of graveling the field at the rate of 2 naira per square meter. So if that is the case, very easy. That means for every 1 meter squared, the cost is 2 naira. So that means I will have this. That means for every 1 meter squared, sorry, I think we've been using centimeters instead of meters. Yes, check the values. Our value has always been in meters squared. So we are going to change that. Yes.
Look at the sea, it's blue and beautiful. Look at the sky, the sun is shining. Look at the...
For every 1 meter squared of that on that field, it will cost to fill up 1 meter squared on that field, it will cost you 2 naira. And the question is, how many area are we talking about here? Check very well. It's 36,987.8. In case you can just cross multiply, and if you do that very well, your x is going to be equal to 2 naira multiplied by 36,987.8 meters squared, all divided by 1 meter squared. It will cost you 73,975.6 naira. So in that case, we can just approximate this since we don't have such in naira. So if you approximate this, you should have 73,976 naira. Yeah. So thank you very much.
If I could sound 1,000 voices, it's not enough to sing your praise. Mighty one, the great I am. There is no one else like you. You made the ocean deep and wide. You made the sky so beautiful. Only you can do this dance. There is no one else like you. Can do this dance. There is no one else like you.